Welcome to Show and Tell. Today I'm showing you a book from a few years ago. It is a collection of short stories that I don't believe were ever printed anywhere else. Might be wrong about that. Because it says Star Trek Explorer Presents, which is the magazine. So I don't know. But they're good stories. I don't recognize any of the authors that are involved in it, but all the stories that I've read so far in this are quite good. Um, the big complaint that I have about the series is that this, much like the other Explorer books, has exceptionally small print. I just got new what do you call them, progressive lenses, so now I can read them, but it still takes a fair bit of effort to get the actual story into my brain because it's such a small print. But I have great memories of Star Trek Online, the video game. I haven't played it in quite some time, so I'd like to think that it's still doing fantastic and it's the best Star Trek game ever. But I know it's probably not aged all that well. I know the spaceships are still very pretty because I still see screenshots of those come across Reddit all the time. Um, but I actually just recently got this book. It was apparently still on order from Diamond, who does Diamond Distributing. Um, and when I found that out, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Give me the book. I'll read it out. But also in that same order, I got the Illustrated Oral History, which on the spine of it, it says volume one. So does that mean we're going to get more Illustrated Oral History of Star Trek? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? What's going on with Titan Books, Titan Magazine? No one knows. Good stuff, bad stuff. I don't know. But I've read a little bit of this. There doesn't seem to be too much like shocking new stuff that's in this. I mean, it's a 50-plus-year-old franchise at this point. How mined the history is a lot. There's a lot of like history about the books out there. But when I was on shore leave, one of the book vendors or magazine vendors or newsstands, whatever you want to call them, that was in the airport, was selling these two magazines. One of which is a complete fan guide to Star Trek and Discovery season 5, which is a whole bunch of repackaged stuff from other places, a whole bunch of like just like ranking of stuff, which it's a fun thought process or a fun exercise, but I don't necessarily agree with everything they say in there. But yeah, these magazines are never like world shattering, interesting stuff. But what you do get in them is pretty cool photos. That if you're a huge Star Trek fan, you've seen all these photos before. There's really nothing new in there. A look back at the animated series, which who wrote this? Um, Brian Young. Okay, not who I thought might have been in it. But I'm sure that I will recognize some of the names of people that wrote stuff in here. Uh, Not necessarily because like I know them, but because they have been all over the place and all over Star Trek. The company that puts these out, I believe, is A360 Media, which has a checkered past in terms of political stuff, which is funny to get into in Star Trek because you're like, oh, the magazine company that does Star Trek stuff, yeah, they're part of the reason that Trump got elected, which is just weird to like see how the different web of things is connected. But they were part of the company that helped uh, ice some of the stories that were going to come out about his back history of how he treated people. And they were able to successfully silence the people that were complaining, and we got what we got. And I guess we deserved it. But this is the other magazine that I got at the same newsstand, Playful, and it is also a 360 Media magazine. I think they're the only ones doing these like retrospective magazines, which are very well done. I don't want to besmirch the actual work product that they put out, uh, but like all things, it's a choice. Like, are you going to support a company that does this sort of stuff? Maybe not. I don't know. Are the rumors true? I don't know. Like, do your own research because, like, if you're listening to me about political stuff, I don't know. At least on this channel, I've got another channel on which you should absolutely listen to everything I say because everything I say is right, but not over here. But still, like, it opens up with a 2-page spread of the Enterprise facing off against a Klingon bird of prey, which God, that's a gorgeous photo. And that's what this is. It's a photograph. That's not CGI. That's two models that are probably superimposed over something else. But this was such a great film. The Search for Spock, the third one, you can tell because they put three slashes on the front. Those are Roman numerals. But I got both these magazines on my way back from shore leave. While at shore leave, I got this, which is not the book I hoped I was going to be able to buy when I was down there, but it's the book that they were legally able to sell me for now. And it tells the story of a bunch of like Dr. Seuss stories that are no longer in copyright through various for various reasons, either by age or the copyright wasn't renewed or it was abandoned. But halfway through the book is the story of the Star Trek. Let me find it. The Star Trek slash Dr. Seuss story that I've read a copy of. It is a very loving homage to Star Trek and Dr. Seuss. It is neither Star Trek nor Dr. Seuss, but the estate that controls the intellectual property rights for Dr. Seuss's content that was being referenced to in the book disagreed with the idea that it was its own unique thing, and they sued the product out of existence. There was a very involved lawsuit between the company that that was going to do the thing that was Comic Mix. They had the books printed. They were ready to go out. The lawsuit happened, and then one of the main guys that was doing this book got sick with cancer, I believe, and they decided just to drop the lawsuit because, or to settle, or to give in. Like I'm not like I don't think they've made public what the actual agreement was between the two parties. If it's anything like lawsuits that I've personally been involved with, no one walked away happy, except lawyers who got paid at the end of the day to do their jobs. Honestly, in this case, I can see where the Seuss estate was coming from, but I don't agree with their just carpet denial of all usage of anything that referenced their work product that they own. And there's a larger conversation, I think, to be had for how they came to own that work product so long after Dr. Seuss had already passed. Like he's been gone from this world for quite some time. And there is a cultural stifling effect that's going on by having other people control the copyright laws or the copyright laws rights to his work. And by the time that we actually are able to legally use or reference his works, it's not going to be culturally relevant anymore. It's going to be like something from 100 and some odd years ago when we actually get to use all of them, which is what we're seeing now, where like Mickey Mouse is among one of the most culturally relevant things that the copyright expired on. We got like a whole bunch of songs that had just got their copyright expired, but like I don't know, maybe you can use some of it in modern music, but none of it is like really topical. None of it really rings a tone in modern arenas. I don't know. Copyright law is out of control, and the way that we enforce it is absolutely bonkers. I don't think that if there's no financial harm, there should be no financial penalties. But then again, how do you prove financial harm? Who knows? Have you read any of these magazines? What do you think about these magazines? Do you know anything about their political backgrounds, or would you buy something like these magazines from a company that you understand to be on the other side of the political fence as you, let me know in the comments.